being on the show this afternoon. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and more than you know, actually. Long story, but I was on a call, and I'm like, oh, it's 2 minutes to 4. So I had to excuse myself and call you back. Like, yeah, no, things are going good. It's other than COVID, of course, putting a damper on a lot of things that people are trying to do, but doing what I can in the interim, staying pretty busy. I got hired as the commentator in Japan for that show, Exit 183 to Violence, which is a bunch of footage from Tokyo, strong style fighting, that you can see on the internet. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on my page. It's really great fighting from Japan that's never been seen before. So I'm for the announce team for World Wrestling Worldwide, which is all of our different affiliates from Austria, the Philippines, England, you name it, Japan, United States, Austria. It's Australia, quite a few companies. So once COVID's over, that show will be out again too, and Kevin Chambers and I will be hosting that. Tag team world champ in Japan, and getting ready to head to Japan when the borders open to wrestle for Taka Michinoku's AW and for World Underground out there. And probably headed back to the Philippines, I'm sure, as I'm talking to them, talking to Chongo Bronson and about possible partner and I going to title defense and negotiating with the WF for some matches. Yeah, we're pretty busy for sure.
Definitely making moves. Like it. I want to talk about Japan in particular. I've grown to love and admire Japan wrestling, strong style type wrestling. One thing I noticed, Japan fans, they treat things different compared to fans here in America. It's like,
oh yeah,
in Japan, at least from what I've watched on the internet, well behaved, like just letting the performers perform, not saying anything randomly that has nothing to do with the match whatsoever. It's just they just appreciate the art pretty much. From your
they're a respectful audience. They're very respectful. They understand and are much more, I hate to say it, but intelligent and on the curve than American fans, and they're much more dignified. They also don't attack you on the internet if you don't give them their attention, or if they don't like you. They don't try to cancel culture you out there either. Right. If they don't agree with you. It's just a completely different lifestyle and mindset of working out there. You have some of the best workers in the world there right now, like from India, Aki Balan, who is from the Great School, and there's an incredible wrestler. I've been on several shows. He wrestles as Dracula out there and as Aki Balan. He recently had a big match with Minoru Suzuki there. That's my great performer. Love watching him work. The Austrians, Martin Payne, is making big things out there. He's an Austrian gentleman who had a very big match against the guy. He just got fired from Impact, Belgian. Yeah. Had a big match with Mike Belgian. Everybody seems to be making moves. Ricky Fuji, who's the MW and Wing legend and New Japan legend, is also in our thing, and that's who my partner, Squatch Doug Martin, and I actually beat Ricky Fugo for the World Team titles last time we were out there in Tokyo, and we're still the champs right now. It's been pretty awesome. Fans much more respectful, much more appreciative, but also quieter. If you can make a Japanese crowd be loud, it means you've really done something because they're so dignified. But if you can get them excited and clapping, it means you've really got them. And much to our credit, I will say that Squatch and I get a lot of accolades from promoters out there because when we wrestled, we did so much, and we're so interactive with the crowd. Like the time before last time when we went, there was a 2-day show, and they warned us that the crowds had been really quiet the night before. And I laughed, and I said, dude, that's great. I said, but they're not going to be quiet when Squatch and I go out there. Sure enough, we went out and the crowd was so loud. The promoter was so appreciative of me, and it helped because then they had a big main event. And the big main event was really loud too because the fans were excited and they were up and making noise, and that transitioned into the main event, which was even louder. So, and that's what a performance can do by somebody if they actually give a shit. It's not where you're at on the card. It's what kind of job you're going to do and the kind of respect you have for yourself. Like, you don't leave anything in the locker room. When we go out to Japan, we leave it all out in the ring. Like, I'm always whipped for days at my matches there because, like, you know, we got busted open last year and bled all over the place, like, pictures all over my Facebook, crimson mask for a year. I mean, I worked so often to get a crimson mask like that in a match, and with the excitement and stuff that we had going, like, I knew in the moment to make I got as many pictures and video as possible. I don't get busted open. I think that's the first time I've been in like 30 years. So, I mean, that's how often that I use the term juice lightly, that I juice. I'm not a guy that takes razor blades to his forehead. If you see me bleed in a wrestling match, it's legit. It's from the match. So I'm a strong style wrestler. You know, if guys are cutting with razor blades, hey, that's great, but that's not for me. I'm more in the moment. If you want to bleed, bust me open. I won't complain.
Man, I've always felt like wrestlers are some of the toughest athletes in the world. You know, it's just...
Hey, some of us are, and dick flips.
Pretty much. So, you know, Juan, you know, appreciate you for being on. You know, obviously, wrestling for the most part has been a standstill because of this pandemic. A lot of performers not being able to work for quite a long time. And with that being said, how have you been holding along during these quarantine times and everything, keeping in touch with your peers and everything? How have you been holding along?
Well, say I have the show, so like I have the big podcast on Wednesday nights. I just Shane Taylor last week from Ring of Honor and John Bullard from Chicago Wrestling. So I have that. So a lot of guys reach out through there. Plus, we still meet with our guys on a regular basis to keep our guys in World Underground America to know what's going on. As well as, I think right now, he is the most creative, is going to keep himself the most relevant. So right now, me and guys like John and me and other people, we're out there trying to reinvent the game. And like Chongo wrestled on that, on a green screen a couple weeks ago, and I had that idea here, but I couldn't get the green screen up in time because I wanted to wrestle like during a live volcano, like lava going all over. Because I thought that would be really cool. You're gonna have to get inventive to go. Some states are opening for shows. Like I've already got some bookings. I'll be in Arizona on the 18th of September for Cactus League Wrestling. You're just going to have to be inventive and be on top of the game. And you're just going to have to keep reaching out to your peers. The one telling me is that the gym is open here, so I haven't been able to lift weights properly in about 3 months. And I've lost a lot of muscle. But what I did is I cut all my calories, so I've lost a lot of weight, period. I've dropped almost 25 pounds since COVID. So, and I'm planning on rebuilding my muscle when I come back and building my pyramid back up that way. So when I can't train the way I want to, calories severely, and my doctor told me I had high blood pressure at the time, probably because I was traveling all over the world and your diet can't always be what you want. So my doctor needed me to lose 10 pounds. So I surprised him and I lost 25 pounds. So, the leanest that I've ever been in my career right now, and I feel the best I ever have. Like, I have more wind. I am able to walk several miles with my dog every day. It's been better for me. I say use this time collectively, downtime, to like study your craft, watch all the footage you can, practice your promos, practice your business skills, start networking. Do you know what? Since COVID, I had a dream of starting an action figure business in the United States. of selling custom action figures, having them produced in another country, having them shipped here, and being able to give indie guys that same feeling that the regular guys have, like WWE guys and AEW. Well, I met a guy in Mexico because I kept looking. It took me 3 years, but I finally signed a deal a couple weeks ago where now I'm having action figures created right now, and I have this line of World Underground Wrestling action figures coming out. And I can do custom figures for any league. I can make like if you wanted a podcast figure of you, if I had pictures of you, I could make that happen.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's really awesome.
Now here's the thing. Check this out.
Okay.
In a couple of weeks, we're going to have the first line of Japan figures out. It's me, my partner Squatch. This is cool. We were able to get a commitment from FMW and Leatherface, who's the third member of our group in Japan. So the first action figure is a pack of me, Leatherface, and my partner Squatch, the USA Invaders, the Terror Trio. And I can tell you, these dolls are. This is the same guy that makes La Parca's dolls in Mexico.
Okay, that's awesome. I like that. And you know what I was from you, man, is that you know people can use this downtime, this time off, to figure out what to do next. What's the next move? Rest your bodies, heal your bodies. Work on your craft and everything. So, all these wrestlers are doing that. I know a lot of wrestlers that I are doing that. So it's we miss y'all, and we look forward to seeing y'all back. When the health officials say so. Now, wrestling has to be open in some states here and there, but there's still some ways to go before wrestling collectively on board. But Juan, man, it's great.
Yeah, they're killing WWE. Who was really being hurt by this?
Yeah,
guys,
right.
Because the product is suffering, and their product was already suffering creatively. So now with the advent of having no fans, seeing the big companies are in a lot more trouble than us little companies. Us little companies, we're going to bounce back. It's the big guys that are struggling right now. So if you're a fan and you're listening, if you want wrestling to continue, support the big guys right now because they need it. It's not us that need your support so much right now. It's the big guys who are struggling about ready to lose their TV contracts, and that's going to hurt all of us collectively because everything trickles down. It's a trickle-down economics. If big wrestling starts to fail, small wrestling will start to fail. But big wrestling is going to fail first. Please, give those ratings. Watch shows on TV. Buy merchandise. Continue to support wrestling during COVID.
Definitely agree with you. A lot of sports are starting to come back. Baseball season has started right now. And you start watching that, trying to watch this, because no revenue coming.
Go Yankees.
Yeah.
Go Yankees.
Yankees fan on the line. Sadly, I'm
Yankees.
Unfortunately for me, I'm a Reds fan. I live near the Ohio area. We haven't done much in a very, very long time, but
we stayed in Ohio one time for a week and got snowed in and ended up staying 2 weeks.
Ooh. Yeah, that must have been a tough snowstorm.
Yeah, I grew up in Arizona. I've never even seen snow.
Wow. that Arizona weather, I don't think I can live there. Like 100 some degrees per day. Like,
nah, summer's there anymore. That's for sure. Way too hot.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna be a snowbird when I retire. Part time here, part time there.
So I can deal with 90s, maybe 95s. That's as far as I can go. 100 plus, that's a big no for me. That's a no.
No, that's too late sweaty on the nuts, bro. Way too sweaty on the nuts. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Way too hot.
It was great.
Yeah, when you're sweating from your nuts to your ankles walking across the street, that ain't cool.
Nah, and you try so hard to just be all cool about it and walking people looking at you like, what's that person? Like, yeah, yeah.
As you leave the mail trail from your house, walking across the street because
Oh,
so much. It's bad there. It gets hot. It's a dry too, which is even worse.
well, well, Juan, it was great hearing from you, man. Thank you so much for being on the show. Appreciate you.
Much continued success, man.
Yeah, much respect to you and to all the wrestlers out there. And we'll talk again in the future, man. You enjoy the rest of your day.
No worries. Hey, call into the show sometime. We're on every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. to 11. It's the Full Jugular Show with Ron Von Hess and Rashad Tyson. Call in anytime. I'm happy to have you on.
I'm cool with Tyson. I just had him on a few weeks ago. Good dude. Good dude.
That's my co-host. I'm breaking him in on the radio right now. He has an abundance of talent. I think he's a name to watch out for in the future.